Welcome back to the show. I am going to chat with you today about some things that I want you to keep in mind as you are starting or scaling your PR agency. Now, I teach this stuff. I'm obsessed. I'm super passionate about this stuff because I really think that running your own business, and especially this model, the agency model, providing an awesome, fun, clever, creative service like PR can be really rewarding. But I've been supporting this community for a decade and running my own business for 2 decades. And I've seen some stuff, you guys. I've seen some common missteps that can really hold you back if you're not careful. It can help you set up a business that in the long run might make you resent the way that your business is structured. It can hinder your growth. And it's very common. And some of these decisions that you make are maybe out of fear or a scarcity mindset, or just because it's how you think you're supposed to be setting up your business. But I'm here to walk you through 6 common mistakes that, once you know about them, can help you avoid running a business that will run you into the ground. I want you to scale your PR agency faster with greater confidence. So, without further ado, here are the things that I want you to keep in mind, some missteps, so you can avoid them and you can be one of those golden pros that scales your business faster than everybody. So, the first thing is trading dollars for hours. This is one of the biggest traps that new agency owners fall into, and that's charging your clients based on the number of hours that you expect to work on their account, or basing your retainer on a set number of hours. But what happens when you do this is that this is kind of a mindset shift you'll have to make, but it leads to you having a never-ending cycle of needing to work more hours just to earn more income, right? That's not what we want to do. We have a limited number of hours in the day, and I want you to have some of those hours set aside for yourself, your well-being, your family, your health, physical activities, things you love. And I want you to have a business that will grow and scale. And to me, that doesn't mean working more. I know that setting an hourly rate is kind of the simplest way to set your rates, but it is not sustainable. And what profitable agency owners know is that you price your services based on the value that you bring to the table, not the amount of time that it takes. And it's hard to wrap your head around, but I want to give you an example. So, I've been doing this a long time. I have formed media connections with some key decision makers at shows and media outlets that can really move the needle for my client. But those relationships took years to cultivate. I had to know how to pitch them so they would pay attention. And so that's the value that I bring. That's also really the value when you niche down, right? Is being able to fast track results because you know the key players. So I once landed 2 clients on the Ellen DeGeneres Mother's Day show way back in the day when she was still on the air. And it was really only a couple hours of work because I knew exactly what episode to pitch for. I knew exactly who to pitch. I knew what format they wanted the information in. I knew what they were looking for and how to position my clients. And so it wasn't a lot of work to get it done. Now, should I charge my clients just for those 2 hours that I worked? Absolutely not, right? They are paying for the result, the value of the result that we bring, not the time it took to create that result. So the more valuable the outcome, the higher your rates should reflect that value, regardless of the hours spent. That's what happens as you have been doing this for a long time. You make relationships, you gain expertise, you kind of know how it all works. And that's what you're bringing to the table for the client. Now, you could charge a high hourly rate to reflect that expertise, but you're still in that trading dollars for hours space. And that is not how the pros that are highly profitable are setting up their businesses. So you shouldn't either. Look at your services like retainer fee for access to all of the valuable opportunities that you can generate for your client month after month. Number two, the biggest mistake I see is discounting your services out of fear that clients will not pay your full price. You might assume that offering a lower rate makes you more attractive to the client, or that taking on some work is better than no work, right? You're just like, well, they want my services and maybe something else won't come along. And this is something, it's like a bird in the hand. But in reality, discounting your services does more harm than good. And here's why. And I promise you that this is true because it's been the case for me and countless other members of our community over time. The reality is that by discounting your services, when clients pay less, they are less invested in the work. In my experience, those lower paying clients tend to be the most difficult to manage. And profitable agency owners know that their pricing is a reflection of their worth, and they don't apologize for it. They understand that the right clients will see the value they bring and they won't hesitate to invest. This is the key. When you niche down and you are an expert in your space, the clients with the biggest budgets, with the most support for the work that you're doing, those are the ones that are going to be able to afford your rate based on that high level of service and value that you bring, because they have a bigger budget and they can work with anyone. So of course, they're going to choose the one who has proven results, a proven track record, expertise, a reputation in their niche. So clients that pay more tend to leave you alone because they trust your expertise. They tend to have more resources to support your efforts. When you discount, you are basically attracting a low caliber client who's like really only factor they consider is price. And that's not a game that I want you to play. Okay. Number three mistake is ignoring that gut intuition, those red flags. We have all been there, and I know it's really exciting to land a new client and we're really eager to get started. But what happens sometimes is that because we're excited, because we want a new client, we obviously want more revenue, you can overlook things that are obvious, clear red flags in the process because you don't want to lose the opportunity. So maybe in this process of pitching them your services, the client is ghosting you. You haven't heard from them in a while since you sent your proposal, or they say, we're ready to get started. We're in a hurry. Please send your proposal and a contract, and we're ready to go because we're working against an event or a launch. And you're like, oh my God, this is so exciting. It's going to be like a quick conversion. And then they just disappear. Huge red flag. If they are like that, non-responsive, don't even give you that courtesy of letting you know what they're thinking and when. During the courting phase, I have to think of it like dating. In that period, they should be on their best behavior, right? This is where the client is like, we want to work with you. Let's see what you have to offer. Here's what we have to offer. And if they just disappear, the communication's bad, or you just get a weird vibe, don't ignore that. They should be on their best behavior during that initial period. Sometimes you can overlook if a client has a track record of burning through agencies, or maybe they're constantly late with payments, or they don't get you what you need when you need it. And you take them on anyway, thinking, well, this time will be different. I love the company. They seem like they, have a lot to offer, and I'm excited to work with them. But ignoring these warning signs, those red flags, they will cost you time, money, and completely zap you of your energy. And I will say here, it is incredibly important to trust your gut. You are the leader of your business. You're the leader of your team. Whether you have a team or not, you are setting the tone for how your business feels for you or for anyone that's supporting you. And when you take on these clients, that you ignore that gut instinct that like, this is going to be problematic, you are setting yourself up for a business that will burn you out. You are dedicating resources and energy to kind of a nothing burger client that isn't going to really get you great results. You're going to be spinning your wheels. Your team is going to be really frustrated. So successful agency owners, they're selective about who they work with. And they know that turning down a bad fit client can often lead to finding the right ones. If you dedicate your energy to a client where you decided to ignore those red flags and it's kind of burning you out, you will not have the excitement for other clients or the bandwidth to grow your business or do anything more than service this client that is sometimes the way that they behave. It burns your media relationships, burns out your team, and it's not worth it. So it's always better to preserve your resources for clients who are aligned with your values and your working style. That's part of what we do inside my program. The Agency Accelerator is really go through your vision and your values for your business. Because when you do that and you take the time to set the vision and understand what values are important to you and seeing clients that align with those values, saying no to a red flag client becomes extremely easy because you know exactly what you're looking for and they're not a fit. The fourth big mistake is failing to niche down. If there's one thing I could preach to everyone everywhere, it is the importance of niching down. Trying to appeal to everyone, it just dilutes your brand. And many agency owners, they're afraid to niche down because they think it will limit their opportunities. But the opposite is actually true, because when you become an expert in a specific area or a specific industry, choosing your niche, you position yourself as the go-to authority for clients in that space. So that could be niching down, could be who you serve and how you serve them. So it's focusing on a particular industry, a certain type of service, or a target market, a certain demographic that you connect with. It could be new parents. It could be, beauty influencers. Or I just interviewed a couple episodes ago on my podcast, Mackenzie Gaston. She niched down on the sort of Western influencer space, and it has helped her business completely just blow up in the best way possible. This allows you to develop a deep expertise, and it'll help you stand apart from your competitors. And that will attract the clients that are willing to pay a premium for that specialized knowledge that you bring to the table. If you are a generalist, you are going to stay plateaued in your revenue, only attracting low-paying, low-ball clients that will just settle for the decision based on price and not be willing to pay for that level of expertise that comes when you niche down. The other thing that I want you to check into, a big mistake that I see other agency owners making, is underestimating the power of processes. This is key to helping you grow in a way where your business runs smoothly. This becomes one of the biggest challenges when you're ready to scale, because without clear processes in place, you spend more time putting out fires than focusing on the growth, bringing in the right clients, having a smooth and seamless onboarding process for your team. It can lead to missed deadlines, really frustrated clients, and a team that is overwhelmed and feeling like they can't perform the service that they love and the service that your clients are there for, because they are busy every day reinventing the wheel, treating every situation like it's brand new and they've never dealt with it before. And the key to scaling successfully is to create repeatable systems for how your agency operates. So that's client onboarding, media outreach, building a media list, research and development for pitch ideas, pitch angles, a pitch calendar. That's also something that we have done for you. We have done for you research every month inside the Pitch Lab, because that is one process you can outsource to us, and we'll take that over and share that with your team, our monthly execution plans. every month in your inbox for long and short lead ideas, media calendars, editorial calendars, so that you guys don't have to take the time to do that. You can have your team review that, and it'll take them an hour instead of 20 hours to do that research every month, or 15 hours. And what happens there is when you have a repeatable process, you document every step so that you can easily delegate that task, and it'll save you mass amounts of time. And it also ensures consistent results for your clients. And that helps you scale faster. And it ensures that your team is also working off of a consistent process, so clients can expect a similar level of service and support, because you have systematized what it's like to work from you, from the minute you get on a call to pitch your services, to wrapping up the call, creating a proposal or a capabilities deck, and sending that out to clients, onboarding them, and you're off to the races. All of that can be systematized. So, and we can teach you how, but just know that that's a huge pitfall that you want to avoid, is reinventing the wheel with every single thing that you're doing over and over again. And the last one, and this one is personal to me and the most important, is not setting boundaries with clients. This is one of the biggest mistakes that I've seen, and that's not setting clear boundaries from the start. Because especially new agency owners feel like they need to be available 24/7, responding to every text, no matter what time of day it comes in, nights and weekends, clients sending emails at the end of the day when you've already wrapped up, and you feeling like you got to fire up your laptop again and get back to them right away, or they're going to think that you aren't doing a good job. But what happens is this will quickly lead to burnout and resentment, and nobody wants that. Your team doesn't want it. You don't want it. You don't want to resent your clients. You want to love them and feel a passion for what they're doing, so that you can provide the best service possible. And if they're accessing you all hours of the day, nights and weekends, they're going to burn you out, and you will build resentment for them. So when you don't set expectations around your availability, they assume that you're always on call, and it becomes nearly impossible to maintain that work-life integration that is so important to me. And the foundation of what I teach in all of our programs is, creating a business that serves the kind of life that you want to have, and vice versa. So successful agency owners, they're clear about when they're available and what their clients can expect. And that will create respect, a mutual respect on both sides, and will ensure that you can continue delivering these high quality results without sacrificing your personal life. I do not want you to build a business that you resent, that drains your energy, that you regret setting up the way you did a year, 2, 5, 10 years from now. I want you to set up a business that supports your mental health, your well-being, your dedication and commitment to your family, or to your, personal life. And when you set up your business with clear boundaries, clients don't care. As long as you get results and you respond to them in a timely manner, they will understand, and if they don't, I promise you don't want to work with them anyway. So those are my 6 tips. I'm going to repeat them for you really quickly so you can hear the recap, and it'll really drive them home. The first, stop trading dollars for hours. The second one I have for you, just don't discount your services. You're going to attract low caliber clients. 3 is when you talk yourself out of those red flags, you ignore them and take the client anyway, and then live to regret it. 4 is failing to niche down. That is where they say the riches are in the niches. Niche, however you say it, niche down. It's incredibly important. 5 is underestimating the power of processes. Get your business systematized and save your sanity and get your team on the same page. And 6 is not setting boundaries with clients. We want you being accessible when it works for you, not when they have any thought, idea, whim, and just want you to respond to it no matter what time of day. So growing a PR agency, it does not have to be a constant, stressful uphill battle. By avoiding these common, I'm telling you, they're common. Don't beat yourself up if you're doing any of these, all of these. We've all been there, but they're common mistakes that you should avoid. That's how you set yourself up for sustainable growth and success in your agency. So let me ask you if, you're currently making any of these mistakes. Think about it. Is there anything on this list that you were like, ding, 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 that's me. Oh no, I have to take care of that. Or I know I'm doing that. And maybe you don't feel comfortable setting those boundaries, or you're scared to niche down because you think you're going to miss opportunities, or you are afraid to say no to prospective clients, even though your spidey senses are like, this isn't good. Something's off here. Ignoring those red flags will set you up for a stressful business. And we don't want that for you. There's a better way. And it is never too late to course correct and start scaling your business confidently and smoothly with a proven system at the foundation of what you're doing. So I hope that helps you. Just wanted to share these 6 PR mistakes agency owners make. They're costly and they make you stressed out. And when you avoid them and you course correct here, you will have faster growth in your business. Go find me on Instagram at Generation PR. Let me know what you think of this episode. I'd love to hear from you, and forward it to somebody that you know in PR or that has their own business and help them out as well. That helps us. And if you're so inclined, leave us a review so other people can find our show and we can help them too. Thanks so much. And I will see you next week on Pitching Powerhouse. Go kick ass this week.